On, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video. It's the Aerodynamics Loopers Tournament, Corkscrew versus Carolina Cyclone. I know I just made a video today that was between Viper and Tennessee Tornado. So, and overall, Tennessee Tornado won. And one of these two coasters will be playing against Tennessee Tornado in the semifinals or the next round of this tournament. Corkscrew and Carolina Cyclone, they're a bit smaller when it comes to aero loopers. Is the average height for these is like in the 100-foot range. But these are some of the smaller ones. But overall, these are okay coasters, and they aren't the greatest attractions, but let's start with stats. With height, Carolina Cyclone definitely has the advantage. 10 feet taller than Corkscrew, 95 feet tall compared to Corkscrew's 85, but the drops are the same on this ride, so both coasters will gain a point. Carolina Cyclone has 50 feet more track than Corkscrew. It's basically like the same ride, but probably because of that airtime hill is probably why Corkscrew has less track, I don't know. But for the speed, Corkscrew will gain the advantage with a speed of 48 miles per hour, while Carolina Cyclone goes 41. And Carolina Cyclone will gain the advantage for inversions, with 4 inversions instead of Corkscrew, which has 3. 3 inversions is below average, and I think 4 inversions, in my thoughts, are kind of like in the average range. And for duration, Corkscrew will gain the advantage with a 2-minute duration compared to Carolina Cyclone's minute 30. For max vertical angle, 53 degrees is Carolina Cyclone's, Corkscrew's is 45 degrees, and the max capacity per hour is 1,600 for Carolina Cyclone compared to 1,800 for Corkscrew. Both these coasters have pretty good capacities. Overall, they're good. Color scheme. And Corkscrew, I really like the color scheme for Corkscrew. Blue track, white supports. That's probably my favorite color scheme for any coaster. Beautiful color scheme. Very iconic coaster. It pops out. Very nice color scheme, and it's an iconic color scheme, especially with Corkscrew in some more later categories. But Carolina Cyclone has a good color scheme, but it's personally not my favorite. Yellow track and blue supports. I'm personally not a big fan of the yellow track, but still, at least it's nice. And some of the coaster is actually a different color with blue track and blue supports, or is this coaster actually switches colors throughout the ride with orange track or yellow track or blue track and always blue supports, which is pretty cool. Smoothness. And both these coasters are probably equally smooth, as they probably have the same exact layout besides Corkscrew's airtime hill. So Carolina Cyclone will gain a slight advantage because that airtime hill on Corkscrew is rough, and that extra vertical loop on Carolina Cyclone will help it get the advantage, because the vertical loops on aerodynamics coasters are smoother than the airtime hills. And we're going to our next category. It's all tied up at 19. Inversion variety. And I'll give Carolina Cyclone a slight advantage due to having an extra vertical loop. That's why overall I think Carolina Cyclone is the better ride here. With inversions, Corkscrew, it only has 1 vertical loop in the standard double Corkscrew. Carolina Cyclone has your traditional aero looper layout, back-to-back vertical loops in the double Corkscrew. And for setting, and Corkscrew overall is better at setting than Carolina Cyclone. Carolina Cyclone is in your standard setting, not a parking lot setting, which is good, but not like a terrain area or iconic area or anything like that. But Corkscrew, it isn't as good as probably like Tennessee Tornado's location, but still, this coaster has a great location compared to Carolina Cyclone's due to being a very iconic coaster and overall being right next to you. The coaster basically pops out at you, kind of. It's a very iconic area. And Corkscrew wins it all. Corkscrew overall closed it out in the final category setting. Carolina Cyclone had some slight advantages, but Corkscrew overall, its setting helped it gain the win. In a few extra categories, it was barely behind and dominated Carolina Cyclone towards the end. And Corkscrew is making it to the next round against Tennessee Tornado, also with 3 inversions. Very good coaster. Thanks for watching this Aero Loopers Tournament video. I'm making a playlist that it's called Aero Loopers Tournament. And Corkscrew has won this battle here against Carolina Cyclone. And it will be playing the 1 seed Tennessee Tornado. I don't really know, but... And then my next aerodynamics coaster battle will be Demon versus Anaconda. Both of those coasters have 4 inversions, pretty good rides. And these are 2 different aero loopers. One is partially a Vekoma and has virtual reality, while the other is the first coaster to feature 6 inversions. You guys know what coaster it is. It's Vortex. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.